Yes, my people. You know what channel this is by now. This is Never a Foul, and we're going to be talking about transfers. I'm alongside Mo. We might be joined by someone a little bit later, but all of a sudden, in the past, what you could say, 45 minutes, everything is just blown up. You know, loads of transfer news, Liverpool transfer news, Man United transfer news, Arsenal, not really transfers, more confirmations, and then so forth and so forth, and a little bit of Newcastle stuff as well. Chelsea's kind of died down today, so that's kind of refreshing, you could say. What you say, Mo, man?
Yeah, man. Like an hour ago, we had nothing to talk about, not a lot, just medicals and stuff like this. And now everything is just coming alive. Like it's 3 o'clock. I think they're just waiting for us to start because they were waiting for us to report the news to the people. You know what it is?
Unless they were on DR hearing Don Robbie and so forth, and Matisse talking about stuff as well. Big up to Grey Soul in the building. Love to see it. It says, well, since the Ukraine under 21 eliminate France, Liverpool wants to be faster to get Kefren Turam. That's a report. Liverpool only wants Turam and Lavia, not Kone. Yeah, the Kone stuff died down by now. Big up Sophia for becoming a new member.
Yes, Sophia, legend. Sophia, she has renewed her membership. She has been a member forever.
Yeah, so if you want to become a member, if you want to support Never Foul in any shape, way, or form, of course, everything goes a long way, whether it's a donation, whether it's a super chat, or whether it's becoming a member in general, or just by being here. Big up Revenite in the building as well. As if Thiago leaves, I reckon Turam and Lavia come in then. I think you know what's funny? You know what, Mo? Yeah, I was watching this. Big up Pablo for this one. He sent me a TikTok. So I think one of the kitmen or something like that was going along the lines of Liverpool shirts all getting hung up for the new season. And there were 3 missing names. Joe Matip, Joe Gomez, and Thiago.
Yeah.
Boy, yeah. Which is it's funny as well. Big up Bailey 19. Big up JK, Jay Kismet, Daniel, John James. Love to see you, my guy.
Daniel. So let me just say some. Daniel, I know that you renewed your membership for 8 months now, Daniel. Thank you for the support. We can't see that comment. He's telling you guys to smash the like, people, huh?
It's funny how it doesn't come up on StreamYard, but it wants to come up when you go on the official YouTube stuff. Yeah.
Big up, Daniel. Thank you so much for the support. Always been here since the beginning. Thank you so much for this.
There's 158 of you in here. I know facts. Some of you are bored of hearing this by now, but I know 60 of you minimum can get that to 100 right this second, and you know exactly where the fun button is as well, whether it's watching on your TV, your computer, or your iPhones or Androids. But yeah, man, where do we even start with this, Mo? Where do you want to start? We might as well start with Thiago. Let's unravel this Thiago thing, because you know what? I think I'm on the roll, you know. I'm guessing a lot of stuff right at this current moment of time. I think I'm like about 10-0 up at this point. You know, I was only saying the last couple of days, I can see Thiago being the one to leave. I said it even further before, because when you think about it, we named about 8 midfielders for Liverpool if Lavia is to come in, which I can now see permanently. What the fee Thiago will command, I reckon it's 10-15 million. He's about 30 years old. Yeah, about 10-15 million. But I can see him going anyways. 32
years old. Listen, 32 years old this year. No. He just turned 32 in April.
He just turned 32.
Yeah.
A year left as well.
So yeah, he has 1 year left in his contract. He missed 22 games last season. The season before he missed 23. And the season before that, he missed, I think, 21 games. So the guy never played more than 20 games in the Prem since he joined Liverpool. It's absolutely ridiculous. That
wait, repeat that. I didn't. Wait,
okay, so this season he missed 22 games. Last season he missed 23. The season before he missed 21. So he never played more than 17 games.
He's missed 66 games in the Premier League alone. Not Champions League.
Yes, I think this is I think this is all games that he missed. But that's a lot of games.
He's such a baller. Big up Kingsman. he's such a baller though, man. Like Thiago, I really wanted him at Man United, and I feel like at this point, maybe Man United might have dodged a bullet at this point. It's like it's basically Martial, but the midfield version. You know, when you need
Yeah.
it. The thing is that quadruple season, he was wicked, man. But I didn't realize he was missing so many games. Exactly, he's got Weetabix legs. They just crumble very quick, or Weetabix ankles even.
His injury record wasn't bad at all. Like he barely missed 10 games at Bayern Munich one season, or like 6 games the season before that. So what happened to him at Liverpool? Do you think he couldn't handle the Premier League workload?
No, but if you go look at Thiago's career even beforehand, right? He's always been like this. Barcelona, when he started off with, I believe, with his brother as well, like injuries. Even for Spain, I remember Spain under 20. I remember back in 2013 playing with the Hay. I think it was under 21s for Spain. They beat England in the final, if I'm correct. I think it was it 1-0 or 2-1, something like that. But yeah, and then there's along the lines of when he went to Bayern Munich, again, it's the same issue, injury, until they done that mad season where they won pretty much everything. He was more available then. But then even in the final, like he was wicked. Do you remember the Champions League final? I think it was against PSG.
PSG 1-0, yeah.
It was wicked. I was
Coleman.
wicked.
Yeah. He's amazing. Listen, he's an amazing player. He's one of the most talented players in the midfield we have seen in the last like 5, 6, 7 years. He's been absolutely fantastic, but the injuries just hindered him. But does that mean that Liverpool now get 2 midfielders, not one, or just one, and they give a chance to Curtis Jones, Harvey Elliott, and these guys? What do you think? 2 midfielders, Thuram and Lavia, or just one and a center
I only
back?
see, knowing Liverpool, I think they only get one, because I saw today earlier that they're looking definitely to strengthen the defense, right? I don't see Liverpool going in and going and getting another 2 midfielders. I think it's one or the other who's going to push for shove, who's going to be the more realistic signing to come. I think it's going to be only one more midfielder, because I don't see what's the point of, you know what it is? I like that. I like the idea of Kefrim Turan, but then it's like you're going to get someone near the same age who's had a bit of Prem experience already called Bajcetic. Why would you loan him out just to bring in a 50 million? They're both potentials, right? I think Bajcetic will get moved up to an 8, because that's where I think he is. You know what McAllister's role? Bajcetic is exactly the understudy you'd want there, because they're similar in player, right? So I
actually disagree a little bit with you. I don't think they have any player that's the profile of Thuram as an 8. It was Henderson last year or the year before.
Okay.
You know, the strong guy that runs from a box to box everywhere on the pitch. He's not a 6 and he's not an attacking mid. He's just an 8, physical, strong, runs a lot. That was Henderson. Wasn't that Henderson?
I think that's where they're going to turn Szoboszlai into something like that, because he can. Have you not seen him on the left-hand side for Leipzig, or sometimes the right, but more time for Leipzig when he moved on in his career, like as he got older? You see him on the left-hand side, and what you see he does deep runs. There's a lot of times when he does deep runs.
Yeah, I see your point, but who is providing physicality then?
You go watch his clips. Yeah, you know what? That's the funny part. But that's when you go and get Lavia and all that. I don't know if you don't really need physicality as an 8 these days. Mason Mount, Bruno Fernandes, Bernardo Silva, KDB. They're not really physical players. They just know how to shove their body. You can keep going. Erdegaard. I suppose Xhaka was there. Declan Rice, bit of a different type of player. I wouldn't say Szoboszlai is exactly a weakling.
My thing about all the players you said, I don't disagree with you, is that most of them are, I came up with this term, I'm running with it. It's 70-30 in favor of offense. All these players, Szoboszlai, Mason Mount, Bruno, they are 70-30 in favor of offense. While I watched Thuram in this under 21, he's more of a 50-50 player, like Henderson. You know what I mean? A 50-50 player. Is Lavia 50-50, or he's leaning more towards the defensive side?
See, Lavia is a defensive midfielder, man. You can see it. I know he's young, but you're next to Fabinho. You can learn off Fabinho. Fabinho knows a thing or two about defending, especially about that. And I think Klopp knows a thing or two about where to be and what positions to place yourself to cover the defense. Lavia makes way more sense at this current moment of time than Kefrim Turam. I know they've been linked with Turam for so long, but the fact it's stretched for so long, I can just see it being Lavia now, because their tension just looks like, yeah, you know what? Let's just go get Lavia. Let's go get a good price. Got a good relationship with Southampton already. The deal can, I think Lavia is more 65, 70 defending more than going forward. But
going forward.
The best thing about Lavia is the fact that he can go forward. No, he's not just stuck to one role. Do you get what I mean? Like he can
Yes.
go forward. If you needed him as a backup or emergency 8, he can do it. You know,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I think he's definitely. He's not. I don't think neither of these players are worth 50 million pounds. 35, 40, good deal. Good deal for Liverpool. Very good deal. And I think, look, again, links with Inacio today, and again, but it's from Sports Pito, and he's a fraud. So, but it's not this link with Inacio seems to not be going away. The left-footed centre back, the Mickey van der Ven is still there, but it's funny because the director of football Wolfsburg could have got that deal done quick, or maybe he's just waiting for it. You know, they said.
So how do you think Liverpool? How do you think Liverpool midfield now, removing Thiago?
Yeah.
Henderson coming of an age now. Fabinho isn't old, but his career is kind of like took a dip. How do you see that young Thuram, Lavia, Sabosla even is young, even McAllister, but he's 24 years old, if I'm not mistaken.
All right. The perfect word to say this is dangerous.
Dangerous.
This Liverpool midfield is going to become dangerous. Maybe next season is going to be like, oh, there's a lot of changes going on, right? But
yeah,
give it another season. They're building for the future. They're gonna have to start finding the success, the success planner for Van Dijk soon. They can probably focus out on another year. Salah as well, catching on. You're gonna have to find his successor as well. Maybe Chiesa has a good season for them. I think Chiesa could be something amazing if he stays fit and he don't look a bit differently. I don't know, but Liverpool Football Club are just doing everything correct. But the thing is, again, Liverpool fans are known to do their business early, but at the same time, they know they're bored to just stop and do nothing at the same time. You know, they'll go get another player, but I think they have to invest. It's kind of true what Hussam said as well about his club. When his club comes out of Europe or any club like that, you go and spend money to get yourself back into top European football. You know, that's what clubs do. Man United, they're into European football, but yet they're not really spending. They're trying to be more smart with it. FFP, yada, yada, yada. So Liverpool are spending money. Just how much are they willing to spend up to? And yet again, they got some, maybe they have to rely on some sales as well, like Thiago, Joe Gomez.
the problem is Liverpool, for me, Liverpool are kind of like a club that their players aren't worth a lot on the market because they don't sell them early. They milk their players. You know what I mean? Like they milk Salah. Mane is the only one. Like even Mane was worth at some point like 90, 80 million or something like this, but they sold them for like 35 because they milked the guy. You know what I mean? Firmino ran out of contract. Milner ran out of contract. You know what I mean? Like they don't use their assets in terms of like sale and get another one. They don't do that. And that's why, how much money can they raise in this market? Like 30, 40, 50 million max?
Yeah, but that 30, 40 million might be all that they need. You know? That's what I'm saying. It's like Coutinho probably was sold at the right time. Yeah, that's a good.
Coutinho is the one, but Coutinho was like, he pushed for a move. Coutinho, like, he wanted to go. You know what I mean? Like, he was set on joining Barcelona.
Yeah. Maybe they do milk players a bit too much. It sounds like Man United, really, when it comes to things. But I just don't know. Liverpool are going to be in good hands, man. I think they're going to be all right. They should be all right. I expect them to be all right.
But if they get, I'm going to say, if they get Lavia, McAllister, Sabitzer, and a center back, we just have to upload. Sorry, Szoboszlai, sorry. We have to upload them and say, you did the business that is needed. You should be back around the top. And you're not slow anymore. You're a quick Liverpool now. And I think Klopp can take these guys and just.
I think it would take. I think even with the new midfield, it would take time to really have to push City all the way to go and get the league. Like I think there'll be another season away from it, but they're currently at a good projection. You know, like they still need more, and they know they need more. They've been in they need to get back into other places. And I'm pretty sure they're going to push for Europa League this season, which I think is going to hold them in their league position anyways. You know, that's why they need a squad, not just an 11. It's good depth, but they're doing all right, man. Like they're doing things right. Carvalho on loan's the right move. You know, I think getting rid of Matip would be a good time right now as well.
But if they get rid of Matip and Gomez, they need 2 center backs, not 1.
Yeah, maybe. Or I don't know. I don't know where it's going to be for Liverpool. How many center backs they got? So they got Konate,
they got
Van
2.
Dijk.
They got 2 now. 4.
Yeah, I can't see Joe Gomez leaving.
Because they got Nathaniel Phillips is still there.
I thought Joe Gomez signed a new contract.
Huh?
I thought he signed a new contract.
Phillips.
Oh, there's that Nat Phillips as well. He's gonna go.
Yeah, Nathaniel Phillips. I thought he went on loan or something like this.
Yeah, probably. Who's Baj? You say Bajcetic at centre back? Don't you having a laugh?
Yes, centre back. What is going on
Yeah,
now?
are you having a laugh? What? What? Anyways, big up Leon with the super chats. How much do you think Prem teams will spend? Do you think it'll be as much as last year? I don't think it will.
Okay. Let me do the math. Arsenal are gonna spend 250. Chelsea are gonna spend at least 200, not including Nkunku. So 200, 250. I think Man City are gonna spend 250 as well.
You reckon they spend 250?
Yeah, 250 total.
Who have they spent on the moment? Oh, because Gavardio and
Gavardio, De Jong, Kovacic. Yes.
You actually think they're going to get De Jong?
Yeah. I actually think it's happening. It's like
that's not 200 million though.
Gavardio 90, De Jong 90, and 35.
Yes.
How much is that?
De Jong's not 90. What are you on about? If Man
De
United,
De Jong's release clause is 90.
They're not going to pay that. Actually, they might pay that. If they bid Declan Rice for that, they might.
Yes, I don't know. Why not? I don't see. Well, I don't see why you're saying no.
Because Barcelona need money, yeah. All right, Barcelona need money, right? Man United agreed 62 million pounds to them only last year. So if you think about what City could offer them that they're going to need to get him off the wage books, they could do half of that. I don't think City will be stupid enough just to put, that 90 million down. I think
90 isn't that expensive for De Jong. You agree or no?
I know, but you're losing. It don't matter what you are. You're losing out on money when you can definitely agree a deal for a lot less for that than 90. You can get it for half.
Did you see Laporta? Did you see Laporta? What he said this morning? He said De Jong is one of the players that we might sell. He said that we're not a selling club. De Jong
he said
is untouchable.
He said this last year as well,
and he didn't leave.
Yeah, because they tried to force
him. He didn't let him go. And he didn't let him go.
Yeah, man, that's what I'm saying. They didn't let him go.
So that's why you'll have to pay up. It's not going to be cheap. It's not going to be cheap.
I just don't think they will spend 90 million on him when they know they can get a deal done for a lot less. Don't see. City, Ubar, big up yourself. Says hit the like button, guys. Look at this, man. He's supporting. That's what you guys should do. Support with many likes. How many likes we on, Mo?
We're on 113 likes, guys. I want you to do two things. In the chat, let me know where are you tuning from, and the like button has to be lit. It looks like this. It's free. Doesn't cost you a penny. Let me know in the comments where are you tuning in from. Please. That it makes a big difference for us. We want to know our audience. We want to know where you guys are tuning from, where are you watching from. Laporta is a waffler. Someone's saying. I like that.
Yeah, he's a waffler. He really is a waffler. But moving on from the Thiago stuff, I think it'll be very good to get rid of Thiago. That's just my end thing. I guessed it as well. So yeah, man, looks like he might be on his way to Turkey. Oh, look at that. Bare people from Liverpool, South Africa, Kenya, southeast of Mars, Manchester, Lebanon,
Jamaica. Finland. Michael, of course, from Finland.
Yeah, Finland, Indiana, USA.
Oh, yeah,
man.
On the water. Guys, we love to see. I love to see the place.
The team says Frankie de Jong's release clause is 400 million, not 90 million.
400 million. Someone said he's up for 90. Like the news is here.
Yeah, man. What happened there?
Maybe 400 million, but I think they said he is up for sale for 90 million.
Poland.
It says that.
Morecambe. I'll go past Morecambe quite a bit.
Anyway.
Also, okay. Yeah, man. But moving on from there, we might as well get the other part out.
But Man City as well. Man City as well. Big up Yuba for becoming a member. Yeah, let's check the membership.
Yeah, because you know what? Soon I'm gonna leak it now. I know we got our Twitter. If anyone's on Twitter and want to join our group, it's a mayhem in there, by the way, with Olu and everyone else, etc. So if you want to join the Twitter group, message me, Never a Foul on Twitter, and we'll get you in there. But if you're gonna become a member soon, I'm gonna be getting a new chip on my for a new phone, and members can actually text us directly on WhatsApp and stuff like that as well. So we're gonna put that as a feature moving forward. Not gonna have my actual personal number, but my work phone. So yeah, man. That'd be kind of sick.
Frankie de Jong release clause is actually 400 million. So why they said it's 90 million
They can
for
afford
him?
it. They can afford it. You really want to talk about this Frankie? You're obsessed, isn't it?
Yeah, man.
You want
I
to see
really
what
want to.
you
I
want to
want
see.
to see
You want
him
to see what
play
Pep does.
under Pep.
You want to see what Frankie de Jong does under Pep? Yeah, I can see it.
Yes.
Yeah,
Like I don't want to see it, but I'm actually intrigued to see what happens to the whole team and how it transforms everything they do. And it's just,
Yeah.
but because, talking about Man City, which is this is a link, right?
Mm.
So people, if you guys didn't follow today, I wake up and I'm watching, I'm scrolling through the news, and I see De Jong, and I see Calvin Phillips linked to a loan move to Newcastle, and I'm like, it's really happening. They are
What?
getting Frankie De Jong.
What?
They are replacing Calvin. Imagine if Calvin Phillips goes to Newcastle, they have to replace him, right? What happens?
You're gonna get another midfielder.
They go get a midfielder. Which
But that means
midfielder?
they need a new DM. No, they don't, do
Well,
they? Really?
I think Frankie De Jong can play
They
that
don't
DM
really
role.
need.
Like
No, you
I
can't. You know
think
what? I'm
he can. Come on, he plays it for the Netherlands.
Oh, you're hurting my ears. You're hurting my ears. I can't lie. I don't want to hear. I had all this yesterday with the debate show. I had this yesterday. He ain't going nowhere. Phillips is not going nowhere. But the Telegraph obviously reported along the lines of Newcastle looking at loan moves for Conor Gallagher, which I can't see anyways because Chelsea has started off midfielders and would want to deal instead. And then also Calvin Phillips. Can you really see Calvin? They do need a DM when you realistically think about it, Newcastle.
They don't need a Calvin Phillips. They need an attacking mid. They need a Gallagher more than a Phillips because they have Tonali now. He's announced, and they have Guimaraes. And why do you need another DM? Why do you need another DM? Or what are you going to do with all these midfielders?
I don't know because I see Tonali and Bruno as something, but
they aren't a lone sixes. So Phillips is a lone six.
Yeah, but I can see Bruno playing the 8 and Tonali. Yes, they lose out on a little bit of creativity, but is that not the whole point of trying to get two midfielders on loan potentially? By the way,
yeah,
you want Calvin Phillips to come for DM, and you want Conor Gallagher, you can be on more of your attacking 8, the Brexit player. No,
Conor Gallagher. Okay, where is Calvin Phillips gonna play? Like DM, and then you're gonna have Bruno Guimaraes or Tonali, and then you're gonna have Conor Gallagher, and then you're gonna put
Conor Gallagher, Joe
Linton on the
Linton,
bench. You're gonna put Joe Linton on the bench.
Joe Willock.
They use Joe Willock as an attacking mid.
Why do they have to have only 11? They are allowed. Why is it that, this is what I mean. Why can they not have options, Mo? Why is it when it comes to Man City, are they like the only team that allow good options? Why is it that Joe Linton, a guy that's a 7 out of 10, will never actually be the heights of elite football? Why is it that only a suspect, only a one team or two allowed options, but every other team's like, I don't know where he's going to play because their 11 is like this? Come on, man.
No, but you need, in my opinion, they need two in every position. So Guimaraes and Tonali. Maybe you're right. Calvin Phillips.
I know, right?
So a midfield.
1-0.
A midfield of Calvin Phillips, Tonali, Bruno Guimaraes, Longstaff, Joe Linton. So this is 5 players only, and Joe Willock. Willock plays on the left. He doesn't play mid.
Yeah,
People say Willock plays in the.
But he can play in the middle.
Can yes.
Exactly.
I see. Yeah, I see it. I see Calvin Phillips at Newcastle. But would Man City strengthen a direct rival? Can you call them that? Can you call Newcastle a direct rival?
He won't care.
But he did it to Arsenal last year, and do you think he gave them Jesus and Zinchenko, and he challenged them for the title?
That's not. If you're Pep Guardiola, he will not look at Newcastle and give a toss.
He didn't do exactly what. This is what he didn't do last year, and they challenged him for the title.
Newcastle didn't challenge for the title.
No. He did it to Arsenal. He never thought that Arsenal would challenge him for the title, did he?
I'm not being funny, but I don't think Pep cares. If he believes in himself and the way he does and believes in his players, they should be good enough to beat that team regardless anyways and go to the title. Just because they give him someone like Calvin Phillips and get I don't know, Conor Gallagher, let's say, it don't matter. Why does he care? It's if you don't even rate Phillips.
Oh, not me. I'm not the coach.
Anyways.
He doesn't rate Phillips as well. But my point, you really think that he gave Calvin Phillips a chance at Newcastle? You see it happening.
It will strengthen them. Don't get me wrong. It will strengthen Newcastle, but it's not like he can play against City. He'll be just hurting every other rival that they play. Like grab points of United, go grab points of Arsenal, Liverpool. Maybe you look at it like that. Have you looked at it like that?
Yeah, I see your point. Yeah, this is a different. It's a different.
I'm at 2-0. I'm 2-0 up, man, already, Mo. What's going on today?
You present arguments like just from different angles, and I'm like, what is going on here? What is this guy? Mo, any truth to the Bernardo de Jong swap plus cash? And would you still have the same energy? What does that mean? One of our members asked a very good question. I didn't see that anywhere.
I ain't seen that anywhere.
If you want to ask me my opinion,
in theory,
who would pay money? Hold on. It's an intriguing question. Who would pay money? Okay, because let me skip to my truth. Here you go. He's one of our members. Thank you. Skip to my Lou. This is a very any truth to the Bernardo de Jong swap plus cash, and would you still have the same energy? Same energy for City? Yes, it doesn't matter because I know they would replace Bernardo, and they still have Mahrez and they have Foden, so they have options on that right side. But who would pay money here?
Well, I don't know.
I think it's a very simple answer. I don't know why you're like thinking about it.
Barcelona can't pay money because they got no money.
Okay, in this deal, you're the judge. Who do you think should pay money here?
Well, Barcelona.
So you think Barcelona should give Man City De Jong and pay money to get Bernardo Silva?
Yeah, because Bernardo Silva.
That's what you think.
But no, that's what I know. Barcelona, because Bernardo Silva just won the flipping Champions League, bro. He just won a treble. Yet you want someone that got knocked out by Manchester United in the Europa League to pay out money.
So, guys, in the comments, who's more valuable? Who has more value in the market, De Jong or Bernardo Silva?
Bernardo.
Realistically, please, not hopes, not like I know, like it's just realistically. If you think this deal is gonna go through, who is gonna pay who? Anyway, moving on. But
anyways, moving on. Move on to Arsenal Football Club. Let's get them out of the way. Why not? What are you saying? They've got according to Sammy Mock. You know what's funny, yeah? According to West Ham Football, which is not the actual team, it's just the West Ham news source. Funny, right? Like they were saying that if Arsenal don't get things wrapped up in the next 72 hours, West Ham are going to pull away from the deal, you know, and it's just not on what's his name, Sullivan's terms, right? The guy that owns what's it called, that owns West Ham. And then Sammy Mockbell comes out like 20 minutes later and says medicals have been booked for both Timber and Declan Rice in the next 48 hours or so, sometime this week. You know, this is what I mean about these ITKs. It's all about hope and feeling more than logic. And then Fabrizio only said last night along the lines that the Declan Rice deal is pretty much finalized and they're just working out, you know, the last little final details. So that the structure of the deal is pretty much one step away from Declan Rice becoming an Arsenal player. So I just don't understand with these ITK sources. They're just spawning out of everywhere now, Mo. Everywhere.
I actually don't know why this deal hasn't.
It is taking some time. It is taking some time.
I don't know why it's not done yet. Like, I really don't know. Like, why is taking that long for them to finalize? Is it all about the structure and all the shit?
It has to be the structure because one's got 4 installments and the fee, and one wants 2 installments.
So what happens if they don't agree? What happens?
If they don't agree, then Declan Rice stays a West Ham.
And then we hear that, here we go, we hear this, we hear that. Okay, so what happens? Arsenal like in the mud? Like what happens? Like seriously, it's a ridiculous discussion that we're having. The deal is over. You accepted the fee. Why? It's like I don't get it. But I read what you read.
Yeah.
They are not happy about it, and they gave them an ultimatum of 72 hours. 72 hours.
I don't see it. Why are they gonna? It's 105 million pounds. And if Fabrizio says like one step away, if Sammy Mockbell's saying the medical's been booked, something's happened then. You don't book the medical unless the fee and structure and all that's been agreed. Right?
Yeah, I agree with you. I just
it'll probably end up being 3 installments. with a bigger base. That's the way I look at it. So the initial base fee will be a little bit more, and then maybe in the 2 installments, I reckon it'll end up being 3 in the middle, or something along them lines. Maybe it'll even not even be 3. Like it could be over the course of 2.5 years, maybe. Something's going to get agreed, but this is negotiation tactics. The thing that West Ham wanted 2 installments as well is quite ridiculous. You know, because when you think about it, Declan Rice's contract finishes up next year.
Yep.
And there's an option to extend from the club, right? But then you've only got 1 year left on his deal, and you've just lost out probably on another, 30, 40 million, because a lot of clubs are like, okay, he's young enough. We'll take him next year then. So
But
West Ham,
I think West Ham are gonna trigger the option if that deal doesn't go through.
Yeah, they trigger the option and he stays at West Ham for 1 more year.
And they still sell him for more money.
Ultimately, they're going to become losers, just like Daniel Levy with Harry Kane.
No, I don't think so, because I think they play Europa League next year. I think his value goes up.
I don't think they do that well in Europe. Actually, no, they probably would. I don't know, but I just don't know if I believe in.
They wouldn't care about the league. They don't care about the league. They're gonna keep Declan Rice. I think this year they were so. I think that this year was so strange because Mikel Antonio with the guys, the filthy fellas, he said that we tried so many things and it didn't work. And he said that at the end of the season, we went back to what we know and it worked. So I think next year there are no trials. They're just going to do what they know. And so they're going to be comfortable mid-table, going all in the Europa League. They reach a quarterfinal or something in the Europa League. You know, it's not that hard. Quarterfinal in the Europa League. And they're going to be okay. And his value go up. Literally. And also, you remember, he plays Euros next year. He plays in West Ham this year. He starts for England in the summer, in the Euros. His value goes up by like 10, 15%.
No, it doesn't, man. You're telling me with 1 year left on his contract, Declan Rice,
yeah, so he has 1 year left now. He has 1 year left now. He has 1 year left now.
Let's be honest. He has 2 years left. Let's be honest. The club will definitely extend it. We're not stupid, right? You're telling me that man like Basmati would be worth more than 105 million next year?
You can't believe it. You don't want to believe
125 million.
Dude, it's not that you don't want to believe it. You don't want to.
The fact that this man is going for over 100 M's is ridiculous in the first place, right?
You don't want to believe it. Come on. It's true. You know in the heart, in your heart of hearts, you know it's true.
No,
I
saw what's it called? Who won it? Roma won the same competition, and I didn't see Tammy Abraham going up for 100 million. But all of a sudden, right? Yeah, Declan Rice wins it, and he's 105 million over a Conference League and a crap finish in the league. And the fact that he might be 120 M's next year, according to you, when we got 1 year left on his deal.
It is what it is. It's the market. It is horrible. It's the market.
Football is horrible. Football's horrible.
It's reality. He plays. I'm telling you, England plays the Euro next year. Declan Rice is starting that midfield. England go to a semi-final. Declan Rice is worth more than 120 million pounds.
Nah. No.
It's the reality. This is the reality where we are now in the world.
No. West Ham are in such a position that I think teams will not even. The thing is, no team will pay that, Mo. No team will pay that. Jude Bellingham didn't even go for that money, and he's got more in his locker than Declan Rice. You know, let's be honest. Let's keep it a buck. It's not jealousy. I just don't rate Rice to that degree. I'm just thinking.
I know you don't. I'm just saying how the market is. I don't think Rice is worth 100 million. I think Declan Rice is worth 50, 60 million, to be honest. 70 million max.
I hear it.
But that's not the reality, Cass.
West Ham do not play their cards right. Next year, they're going to risk losing them out on the free if they demand what you say they're going to demand, because no team with what is going to offer this man over 100 plus M's to West Ham when you think, they're going to hold out for 120 million. It's not going to be the case.
Why Dennis think I'm waffling? I'm just told you. He started the World Cup. He won Conference League.
You haven't said anything wrong though, Mo. I believe it. Like when I've kind of fingered it, it's 2-1 now. I'll give it to you. You got one back on me.
But that would be mad. Can you imagine? How can we live in a world where Declan Rice is worth over 120 million? Like, how can I live with myself?
We give it just the analysis of next year, right? If they are going to price him at 120 million just because of World Cup, I'm telling you now, they're going to lose him out on a free because no club's playing that. And every club will be like, well, you have to deal with us. You know, like the cards are in our hands. That's all I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
So West Ham, if they don't get this deal done now, they're going to lose him out. They're going to lose out if it's going to be the case, but they value him more. That's all I'm saying. But they're not going to do it anyways. He's going for his medical. So all this stuff is rubbish. Arsenal going to get over the line.
I believe so. Actually, listen, I believe so. Guys, there is over 500 of you here. Can we get to 250 likes, please? The like button is free. It doesn't cost you a penny. It's just free, to be honest. So just hit that like button for me, please. Give me to 250 likes. It helps us massively. It helps us push the channel to the next person. It helps push this video to the next person. And it just helps. Like, if you're enjoying the content, please help us, because it makes a difference for us. What else? Mason Mount medical. What's next for Man United?
You know what?
Is it Højlund or Onana? What do you think is in the bag?
You know what it is for me. So I know Fabrizio right now has just finished up on United stand and he's talking his stuff. Onana's still there in talks, just no fee is being submitted yet. I believe the Onana stuff gets done, right? But I believe it's all depending on the situations. If they're gonna say, you know what, De Gea gone, don't even want this contract stuff go. Dean Henderson as well. They might have to go loan another goalkeeper, just like last year, like the Bravka or something like that. Go get Onana. For me, I think they're bartering quite well with Atalanta. You said it quite well with them. Atalanta will offer a ridiculous fee, but the fee will just end up going down anyways. They're always in need of money or want money, right? I don't know how much Højlund's going to be, but the keeper has to be more vital to me, because we got none. We haven't got one, right?
Yes.
So the way I look at it, Onana will get done, and I think there'll be more. I think there'll definitely be a bid this week. There has to be a bid done this week. For me personally, the way I think of it. But if they don't get Onana, I think you lose that way more, because there's other options you can go get up front short term. I see Taremi in it. 15 million, 20 million from Porto. 1 year left in his deal, 30 years old. You know,
he's 30 years old, bro. He's too old.
But you got to think of 30 is not old.
Stopgap.
Yeah, but that's what Man United need right now. In my opinion, United need a stopgap. They need that deal until next summer.
Until the Qataris.
Until the Qataris next summer. Maybe till January. You need a stopgap right now. Offer him a 3-year deal even. You can sell him on by then. He's as you said, there's going to be another World Cup that he's going to be involved in. Guy's got everything in the bag. If you go look at his record as well, statistics, the way he plays, Taremi's a good option. Porto need money. They can't barter or they can't negotiate with any of this stuff. That's all I'm saying. If worse comes to worse. Because I know a lot of Man United fans want to scream for Højlund, but guess what? Who's the better player right now?
No, Taremi is more established, of course.
Yeah, exactly. And I know you want to build for the future, but at the same time, is Man United really in a position to have, in this season currently, to have someone for the future or now?
Yeah, for now, you need someone today, to next year, to make sure that you are still in the Champions League at the end of the season.
Exactly. That's what I'm trying to say.
I see what you're coming. I see why you're saying Taremi. Taremi, he had last year. He had,
There's a lot of links with him, by the way.
Yeah.
Or maybe go get someone like El Naziri. If you really want someone, go get El Naziri. That's at Sevilla. Put every player up for sale. I'm taking him. That's a great second option. I don't think he's a right option though. I'm not really a massive fan. I don't like Bono either. But yeah, United need now.
You just don't like Moroccan players.
You mean I want Moroccan players? I want Amrabat.
Oh, okay.
You see what you tried to do?
Said you don't like in the city, you don't like Bono, and then I'm like, what?
Yeah,
what does that have against the Moroccans?
Nothing. I just don't think Man United right now, because we don't have a plan A. Naziri gives me plan B vibes.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like Taremi's better than Naziri, by the way, as well.
Yeah, I agree with you.
That's all I'm going off of. You know.
So let's talk about the my guy, Mr. Amrabat, if he goes to Man United.
Well, actually, it's funny you said that. So let me read it exactly.
Okay.
So Fabrizio Romano said on the United stand, he said Man United is signing the second midfielder this summer is concrete possibility, but it's crucial to sell players. So as I guessed again, by the way, Mo, I'll take that number 3. As I guessed, look, Man United at the end of the window, when they do end up selling players, I know Elanga's going and all this kind of stuff, we'll end up signing probably that second midfielder. I can just see it being along the lines of, depends all on Maguire. If Maguire gets sold, that money will be used for a defender. A cheap defender, by the way. But I can see it currently being, at this moment of time, goalkeeper, a lone goalkeeper, maybe, or a striker, and 2 midfielders.
Yeah.
And today linked again with Amrabat, but I just don't know if I want to believe it. But you're saying something else.
Oh, okay. I'm saying you're gonna get Amrabat. I'm saying you're gonna sell McTominay. You might sell Fred and get a third midfielder there. Van de
Third,
Beek is gonna go. You have to. Okay,
I
listen.
don't think Van der Beek goes. I think he's going to stay. I don't think no club's going to want him right now.
I think Man United might terminate his. Can you terminate his contract or something to give him a chance to go sign somewhere else for free?
Why would you want to sign his contract? He's not on hefty wages. You can probably use him up for the upcoming season and make some
You
money.
think you can use the guy?
Well, if you're going to play 2 advanced 8s, the way we're looking at it, the way Man United potentially may set up with Mason Mount and Bruno further up the field and etc., Van der Beek, what's different? One difference is I don't like that. Is maybe he's off the ball. See, the thing is, off the ball, Van der Beek's horrible. Like, let's call it for what it is. And if you're gonna keep it a buck as well, McTominay is more useful.
No, he's on 120 million a year, a week. That's not little.
That's nothing.
Really?
Okay. Nketiah's on 100k at Arsenal. Phil Jones was on like 100k.
You can use Nketiah. You can use an Nketiah right now instead of Van de Beek.
Yeah, I know, but what I'm trying to say is 120k in this game in this day and age is nothing. But what I'm trying to go off of is that McTominay is way more useful than Van der Beek.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%.
Yeah, so if I was anything, I think you can make some money out of him. Maybe sell him to Ajax. But I heard Ajax want him back, maybe 15, 20 million.
If he goes, it's going to be less than 10 million.
You need to get rid of him. Look, I like the player. I like the thought of the player. I like the idea of Van der Beek. I always did. But in the current setup of the way Man United are, in the progressive vision that we see in, he doesn't suit Manchester United, unfortunately. If you had the team set up correctly to have him in a position where he can thrive in, yes. But no,
I
it's not. I
actually don't think he's good enough. Physically, he's not good enough.
He's not good enough. Unfortunately, he's not. I tried
physically, he can't play. Like Eriksen now, at his age now, and the way he plays football, sometimes physically he falls short. Sometimes physically he falls short.
What do you mean Ajax ain't got 20 million? They're just about to sell Timber for like 40 million, innit? And they're not about to trying to sell Edson Alvarez as well. Like, come on, man. They got money.
So I think Man United, you might not be able to sell Fred. How many years left in his contract?
1. I think he's going to go.
Yeah. So he has to go. Scott McTominay?
I saw along the lines of McTominay that it's not a priority to get rid of him this season or anything. But if a suitable offer comes in, they would consider it.
So I think you replace Fred with Amrabat.
I would.
I'm just telling you what I think is going to happen.
So yes, I think so. I think he'll be more. I think so as well. I give you that one.
You sell Van de Beek, and then you might get somebody else.
No. If Van de Beek goes, Kobbie Mainoo is going to be starting the setup again. He's going to get games next season. People don't know a lot about Kobbie Mainoo though.
Kobbie Mainoo, the young kid. The young kid.
He'll have the Garnacho treatment. So what I'm saying is he'll fill in off the bench. He'll have a bit more games. He's trained with the first team all season last year. And I think he'll get games. I think he'll be like
this thing, Cass, that I think midfielders, you can give players time and minutes if you're a youngster to develop on the sides. It is very hard to give youngsters time in the middle of the park.
You wouldn't get
very hard.
You would have got rid of him. Yeah. But he's only 17, just gone on 18.
Yeah, so that's what I think. Like, how is he going to get minutes? It's very hard. You get.
Oh, how did look a bit like Foden? Foden, when he first come into the City setup, a lot of City fans were raving for Foden to start and this, that, and the other. But guess what? Pep Guardiola kept filtering in games, more games this season, next game, more seasons, and just following progression. Look what we saw with Garnacho. Wicked player, by the way. And more times you'd call for him to be starting over Sancho, you know? But guess what? Because of his raw nature and raw ability, right? You use him off the bench. Use him like that until he gets what to do in his head in men's football. So the way I look at it is that Garnacho will have a lot more starts next season. Rashford will get a lot more rest, maybe using the middle a little bit more as well, you know? And I can see Kobbie Mainoo having that Garnacho thing. He won't start, but it'll be an option because he can play. I don't know where his future lies, but a lot of people say like to see him as an 8 as well. So I can see it being that he'll be used a lot like that way, but not maybe in cup games, you know, games, you know, a lot more FA Cup games, more Carabao, maybe a couple of Premier League games if need be. That's the way
Where do you think Amrabat fits in the Man United setup.
It's the end, bro. You know it is. It's going to be
Amrabat is not a bench player. There has to be a way to play him and Casemiro together.
So why is he not a bench player?
He isn't. Like I think because he's too good to be on the bench. In my opinion.
If you're gonna bench, is you gonna look at Casemiro and think bench?
No, no. That's why I asked you. How do you think you can fit them together? How can you?
I don't want them together. I want him on the bench.
You don't think that you can play?
Go on.
Amrabat, Casemiro.
No.
Amrabat, Casemiro. Push the fullbacks very high on the pitch. Play Mason Mount on the left, Rashford up top, and have this.
No, wait, one sec. You lost me. You said Mason Mount on the left.
Because
why?
Because
no. It's this Thomas Tuchel, bruv. What are you doing?
He won the Champions League with it.
Bro, you was doing so well. And then you said Mason Mount on the left.
Where does he play then? He has to play. He has to play.
Oh my god. Huh?
He has to play, Mason Mount. Where does he play?
If that's going to be the case, on the bench. On the bench, Mo. Flipping hell, man.
You guys you guys are like, oh my god, dude, he's gonna play. Listen, you paid money, he's gonna play. Guys, the Man United fans need to know that he is gonna play. You're gonna walk into Old Trafford first game of the season, and Mason Mount is on the pitch starting.
According to your logic, Mo, if Amrabat plays, that means Mason Mount plays, which makes no sense.
No, I'm not. I don't think
you'll know. No, I'm not. I'm really not, Mo, because you're not making.
No, you're not. So yes, you're not gonna. I'm trying to provide different solutions.
No, because why have you got Sancho as it currently stands, right? Why have you got Rashford and Garnacho just on the left as options just to play Mason Mount there, bruv? Come on, man.
If you don't get a striker, who starts up top?
Huh?
If you don't get, I'm just assuming based on if you get Amrabat, you don't get a striker.
But you're assuming on You're assuming on that to suit.
I am assuming Amrabat is not there.
We all know Man United's going to get a striker one way or another this window. It's going to happen. You know it, so you can't assume.
So you think that if you get Højlund and you get Amrabat will be on the bench? I see that. I see that.
I see Højlund being on the bench sometimes as well. If Rashford has to go then so be it. But I'm saying
who's going to start on the left? Who's going to start on the left?
Garnacho will.
You think that Garnacho is going to start on the left?
If Rashford goes up front, Garnacho's going on the left more time, and you probably get the nod over at Sancho as well.
Okay. Here is what I think is going to happen if you get Amrabat. This is and maybe you tell me I told you so. Against the teams like Liverpool, Arsenal, Newcastle, Man City away, Mason Mount starts on the left, Rashford up top, Anthony on the right, Amrabat, Bruno, and Casemiro in the middle. You close in that middle. That's how I think you're going to play.
You're playing haram football, bruv.
Yes, it is haram football. It's counter-attack and haram football. It's a counter-attack haram football.
No, man. Amrabat's going to be used how Fred's going to be. Look, Casemiro's not going to play every single game week in, week out.
Listen, he tried that. He tried Fred. He tried Fred next to Casemiro.
Well,
he did. I'm talking. Shit, dude, I'm talking based on what I saw from your manager.
Week in, week out, yeah. And trust me, he's not just because it done this season, don't mean it's gonna happen next season, right?
Okay, but you're assuming, and I am based on history. I am based on history. You are based on assumptions. Okay, here we go. Answer that.
So you're telling me when Onana comes, right? The base of history. That if Onana comes, right, then Man United's football changes as a whole anyways. But based on the history, we're still going to play that football because it's based off history. Like the fact that Pep Guardiola, when he first come into Man City, because he had to adjust the way he played, we're going to base off the history that he's going to continue playing like that with the next player that fills in because he's got a capable enough player to suit that position, Mo. Yeah, Klopp, when he first came in, or Arsenal, Arteta, when he first come in, he played 3-5-2, yeah, to suit up. We're going to assume of a history, yeah?
Yeah, so hold on. Let me answer you. Can I answer you? Can I answer you? Can I answer you? Can I answer you?
You are talking shit.
Can I answer you? No, I'm not.
No, you can't.
No, come on.
No,
listen.
The whole point of getting a backup DM, bro, is to sit because you trust him enough to do the job in that midfield. If not, like Manchester United didn't, he overplayed and overused Casemiro when need be, bro. because he didn't trust players. That's why you don't trust players. That's why Calvin Phillips is on a damn bench. Yeah, because he couldn't trust him to do the job. So he said, "You know what, Rodri, you're not getting any rest this week, this summer. I mean, this whole period of time because that guy over there is not good enough, bruv." That's the way it works, Mo. The whole point of getting backup DM just for him to, he's on the bench, Mo.
Okay, listen.
30
I
million
get what you're
players.
saying. I am getting. I
This is what I mean about Mo, yeah. Apparently, at Manchester United Football Club, you're not allowed good options. You're not allowed it. If you're Arsenal Football Club, you're not allowed options. You're not allowed world-class players on the bench. Yeah, you're not allowed class players on the bench. If you're, who else is it?
Stop shouting.
What?
Hello, Kiana.
If you're a Liverpool Football Club, you're only allowed a bar good 11. But yet, guess what? According to Mo, we're going to have an argument next week that they don't have a good enough bench.
Guys, because it's because he screams and yells, you think he's right, by the way.
No, he's not,
He
Mo.
isn't right. He isn't right.
Last time I even done this, Mo, yeah, was a long time ago, bro.
You aren't, okay, because you scream and because you yell, you're not right. Yelling doesn't make it right, bro.
How am I not right?
Being loud, I'm telling you. I'm telling you.
Come on shows every
you don't understand me. You don't understand
No, because I'm going back to the way I need to be. When I come on, yeah, with you and Daps, it's always you talking over, man, yeah? And I always just sit there and be quiet. That's all I'm trying to say, yeah? When Daps comes on, when he says, whoa, 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 and all this kind of stuff, I just sit back and just relax and let you two go on and about it. Now, I'm doing it to you. You don't like it, bro.
No, I'm okay with that. Let me answer then. I still think that Ten Hag, if you're saying what you're saying, he should have gone on board a midfielder that is, as you said, press resistant, ball retention. He didn't. He went on board Mount. Why? Because he still wants to build a counter press team, as you guys say, a counter attacking team. He still wants quick players between the lines. He wants that. If he wanted to play position football, he would have gone in for another midfielder. And now the links to Amrabat strengthen that midfield defensively. In front of the defense.
I see Mason Mount in the left, yeah, and Bruno in the middle. And when I'm at Old Trafford again, by the way, I'm not going to go to another 25 games at Old Trafford next season, right? But if I see that, right, I'm going to scream, bro.
Okay. I'm going to ask you a questions and you answer. Didn't you see Bruno play on the wings in the big games last year? And I hear you about Onana changing the way you play and pushing the team up. Why do you think he put Bruno? Why do you think he put Bruno in the wing? Because he wanted more midfielders to defend. He wanted Fred.
No, he didn't.
So why?
Because one, Anthony got injured. Two, he didn't trust Sancho on the right-hand side to do the job. That's why Mount went out. That's why Bruno went out on the right. He wanted option. It's because he had a lack of options.
Okay, so you think next year, if he plays against the big teams, he's gonna try to play the same formation that he plays against small teams? I hope he does, because I want Man United to do well away from home as well. I'm very vocal about it. I always said that Man United should impose their will against away teams. However, the players you are targeting, apart from Onana, aren't that style. That's my problem. Why do people don't believe that? If you went and signed players that are ball retention players, okay, I would say that. But you're going to sign Amrabat. Yes, he's good under Vincenzo Italiano, plays good position and everything, but also a breaker in the midfield, an enforcer. Mason Mount, not a ball retention guy, a guy that moves between the lines. So why do we think he's going to signing these players? Why do you think he's going to signing Højlund, who is quick, counter attacks?
According to Mo's logic, because Man United might side Amrabat and Mount, they're going to definitely be starters for Manchester United and have to fit in.
No, I never said that. No, see, you are twisting my words. I said away from, okay, at home, he's going to play his game 4-3-3 with Bruno and whoever is going to play behind the forwards, behind the front line. Away from home, against bigger teams, he is going to play the haram ball a little bit, counter-attacking football.
Yeah,
unless...
Okay, Bo.
You don't want to believe it, Cass, but this is his signings.
No, because
these are his signings, Cass. He is targeting these players.
Matter.
He is. Mo. It's your coach, not me.
Matter, Mo. If you know anything about Ten Hag, he sticks to his principles until he doesn't
need to. I get what you're saying, but you don't want to believe that he might change.
Why is so? Because of what you said, Mo. Right? Because at home, yes, he's going to play 4-3. And to be honest, Mo, you might be right in that aspect. But you know what? We got Champions League. Guess what, Mo? We've got Carabao Cup. Guess what, Mo? We got FA Cup. So because it's away, he's got to overplay Casemiro all the time just so he can fit in Amrabat. Not to actually do the job that's required. That's the whole point of signing a backup DM. Is so that your actual DM can actually take a rest more time or less. That's
But
what.
even
According
with
to
a
you,
backup, you can play both at some games. Even as a backup, you can
apparently
play
you're not
both
allowed
at
to
some
rotate.
games.
Apparently you're not allowed to rotate properly. And there's a whole
No,
point
you
of having.
are allowed to rotate, but the
Yeah, so-
rotation doesn't mean one in, one
Yeah, that's
out.
what
You
my
can play
six
both
wings-
together. You
six
can
wings
play
and-
both together. Come on. Anyway,
Yeah,
moving on from this.
No, it's not even moving on, man. It's just that the whole point is
You
rotation.
don't want to believe it. I
No,
get
no,
what you're saying.
doesn't mean
I
that
get
can
what you're
disagree
saying.
with you. I can disagree with you, and I hear your
Of
point.
course, you can. You can, of course, disagree
The
with
whole
me.
point is options, bro. Like, and you just don't.
Absolutely.
What are
Amrabat
your
gives
options?
you Amrabat gives you two options. Amrabat gives you two options. Number one is
You said he has to
playing
fit in. You said he has to
No,
fit.
no.
You're gonna buy him just
No,
to
no.
fit in with
I
Casemiro.
asked
That's
I
what
asked
he
you a
said.
simple question. How can you fit Amrabat in that system? And you said he can't.
No,
So
you
I
know,
said
no, don't
you
do
said
that,
he
Mo.
can.
You said you're gonna. Why are you gonna buy Amrabat just to have him on the bench? I said, where do
Yeah,
you see?
I said he's
on the
good.
bench?
I said he's a good player. I don't think he's gonna sit on the bench most of the time. Okay, so let me ask you this then. Are you allowed to rotate players, but also you're allowed to have other options where you play pivot, you play
Yeah,
one,
you
play
can.
someone.
Of course there's
So
options.
that's absolutely called.
That's not what you said,
When you
Mo.
play two, I said in the beginning that Amrabat
No,
is
you
very good to sit on the bench.
Yeah, you said he's very good. No, you said he's very good.
I said he's very good to sit on the bench, and I still believe that Amrabat is very good to stay on the bench.
You mean he's too good to sit on the bench?
To sit on the bench, sorry.
Exactly, and you said he's too good, so that means he's starting according to your logic, and you went straight down the haram.
Yeah, yes,
No,
but
this is
not
what
every
you said.
game. I
This is what
actually
you said.
think now that not every game.
This is what you said, Mo. He's too good to start on the bench, so how does he fit in? I'm like, no,
Yes,
he's getting
that's
bought to be
exactly
cover.
the question.
He's getting bought to be cover and be used as rotation with Casemiro, more time or less. Doesn't mean he can't play with Casemiro at times, right? But he's going to be there. But according to you, Mo, your other words is that Man United are going to go back to haram ball, and that's exactly the way you're going to play because of history tells you that, not what other.
It's recent history, bro. It's recent history.
That's called. Yeah, but
Guys, I
telling
think
me-
time will tell.
me-
If you get Amrabat, I think he's gonna start more than sitting on the bench. We'll see that. I will tell you.
Maybe.
You will tell, and you will say Mo said. If you get Amrabat,
Okay, Mo, you're
and
right.
you keep
Mo, I
and
can't
you
bother
came,
talking about this.
I don't want to be right. Listen, it's not about being right or wrong. I always present different
The whole
arguments.
point of getting a Nana and that. The whole point. How can Man United even play the same football if they go buy a Nana? How does that even work, Mo? Because history told you that
It
because
doesn't.
David De Gea was there. That means we have to stay. That means we're going to
Yes.
also stay all the way far back with Onana.
So maybe you don't get Amrabat, then you get a different type of midfielder if you get Onana.
my-
Or maybe you're getting Amrabat and you aren't getting Onana. Maybe
Mo,
you're getting Amrabat
No,
and you're
I'm
not
not
getting
talking Man
Amrabat.
United with you no more. I'm not
Why?
talking Man United with you no more.
So maybe you, I'm telling you, maybe you get Amrabat, but you don't get Onana.
Maybe, Mo. Maybe.
Maybe he's targeting Amrabat because he knows he cannot get Onana.
Maybe, Mo. Maybe.
Anyway, don't get upset. It's
I'm
all
not
right.
getting upset, bro.
It's all right. It's
You're
all
just
right.
talking-
It's
No.
okay.
No, you've done this thing, yeah, where you think because you talk the way you do talk in a smart way, which you do, by the way, and like you're a very clever man. But you say, don't twist my words. I was like, all right, cool, I won't, because I pretty much did. But then when you tried to revise on what you said, no, I said this, right? No, you didn't, Mo. You said something completely different. And then you're trying
I said
to
he will start. Yes.
trying
I
to back
made a
yourself
statement and I said Amrabat is too good to sit on the bench.
To twist stuff, you started going on the way I am when I start shouting or being loud, shall I say, in the mic, and all this kind of stuff. Not trying to make me look like an idiot. I know you don't like that.
No, you're not. No, you're not. No. I know because it's your club. You remember me when I was talking about Inter?
You said, Mo, you're shouting to make it look like like everything I'm saying is believable. Did you not?
Yeah, I did, yes.
Okay, then.
I did.
I'll win again.
You know, because I know it's your club.
By the way.
I know because it's your club. You hear me when I talk about Inter and I scream and I yell and I'm like I scream on the screen. I get what you're saying. I get why you're upset. But it's haram ball is coming again to your club next year.
You're a dickhead. Oh my!
It's Ten Hag, haram ball, Amrabat, Casemiro, pivot.
It's It's awful, bro.
breaking legs. Callum, you haven't seen this guy. Callum, break
Oh,
his fucking legs.
Hey, Uncle Sharma, Mo was screaming on my stream yesterday, Cass. I would not be surprised. I big up Edward Paul.
Oh,
I
I was like a maniac, bro.
big up Edward, man.
Yesterday.
Oh God. Yeah, you
Anyway.
know what it is? I just don't like talking on Manchester United, bro, because people's opinions are that different from mine. It's just my head gets hot, man. My head gets so hot.
And you know,
Oh my
because
God.
you go to the stadium. Because you go to the stadium.
I know people are gonna watch this back for the next 10. You know, when they watch it back, right? Make sure you smash the like button, people. We're nearly on 300, by the way. When they watch it back for the next 10 minutes, there's gonna be comments, comments that apparently we hate each other. That who does this cast think is a bad boy or something like that? Could like and all this kind of stuff.
Why?
I big up Derek as well, man. It's just the way YouTube goes. I big up Derek becoming a new member as well, man. We love to see new members. Just watch out for that little bit. After the summer's done, they're gonna revise it a little bit so members get that little bit more as well. Olu, if I see this, Olu, don't you dare, man. Don't you? That was
Imagine walking into Old Trafford, seeing
Wait, you know
Amrabat,
what?
Casemiro,
Deep it.
Bruno, and
Deep it,
Mason
though.
Mount.
When you do deep it though, if that was to happen, we'd win the ball back very quickly.
And nobody will break that line ever. Like, it's impossible to go through this line. It's absolutely impossible.
Oh God, man. Yeah.
But you need, like, I don't know, like,
I'm
maybe
telling you
play
now,
one
if he
extra.
comes, he's down on the bench. Because that's how you have to hold it with Casemiro. That's just the way the game plays.
Maybe. I get because he's cheap, but you know
Maybe
he's
he gets
good.
more like Man
You
City.
know
Maybe
he's
he gets
good,
more like-
right? You know, but
Yeah,
let's
yeah.
agree on
I
something.
like
You know
him
he's
a
good.
lot. I like him a lot.
Because he's cheap, people, I think his misconception is that because the player is coming from Fiorentina as cheap, he sit on the bench. But if you're good, you're good. And you watch Amrabat, you watched him like
Yeah, he's
against
wicked.
Declan Rice. Who won that battle?
Amrabat.
Exactly. It's because he's cheap. Oh, he's allowed to sit. I'm just thinking every time I'm watching this guy, he fights, passes
Yeah,
the ball,
I hear
progressive
it.
football.
I hear it. But the whole point is to have a like for like kind of like DM.
Agree with you as well,
Like,
because you're
that's the
thinking
way I
about
look
Man
at it.
City.
I
But
think
you know that Man City don't have a like for like. You know that.
No,
They
I know.
don't.
The only way they look at Rodri is they thought maybe Phillips could do the deep line playmaker position. I'm
And
not
he
saying
didn't.
I'm not saying they can't play together. Maybe against someone like Man City, you see someone like Amrabat and play a bit of Haram ball, and sometimes you have to be forward to it until your actual tools that want to do the way you want to play. Right? It might be the case, but I just don't see him coming to be a star at Man United. And for 30 million, you can sit on the bench, but you get loads of games. He'll get loads of games. You're going to be rotated. Casemiro, you might need the rest.
That's what I mean. When I say, let me backtrack.
I can see Casemiro being played at centre back more than Maguire if Maguire was to stay and using Amrabat there. That's the way I see it.
Let me backtrack and say something. When I say, okay, look, listen, there are starters in this world, like the Thomas Partey, that they don't get subbed out, like the Rodris. If you think Casemiro I think actually Casemiro is that guy. Casemiro is a guy that, apart from injuries, which is he doesn't get injured a lot and get suspensions, I think next year, by the way, the suspensions are going to be less because there's a lot of pressure on the referees now because they need to stop giving him red cards and yellow cards every 5 minutes. I think Casemiro is a guy that you don't rotate as much. When I mean don't rotate as much, you only rotate him in a cup game that is not important, in an easy game in a group stage. But you're not playing Luton Town and you're rotating Casemiro. The Premier League doesn't work like this. You're starting 11 or you're starting 11.
I know that,
you know what I mean?
Against Luton Town, I need to be seeing Casemiro not playing. I need to see Amrabat play.
But you know that's not how you played football, and you know that's not how coaches think.
I know.
If you're a starter and you're fit, you're starting.
Then January, February, and all them kind of stuff gets to the point where you might still be in Champions League, and I need Casemiro playing in Champions League.
Diaz, Rodri.
Yeah, but you got to remember, Rodri is 20.
Jack Grealish.
They are 26, 27 years of age. They are my age mode. They're not 30, you know?
Yeah, I see your point. Casemiro is 30. But also there are a lot of 30, like Brozovic for Inter, for example. Hakan Çalhanoğlu, they are like 29 going 30. If they are fit, and we played in the cup games, we played in the Champions League every game. If you're fit, you play because you're a starter. There is no rotation in big games. You rotate in the cup games. I think I believe that coaches that want to go for every competition, they do that. So that's why I said for Amrabat to sit on the bench waiting for opportunity at Man United, I think he's too good for that. He's too good to get like a scrappy cup
Why is he
game.
too good?
Or
I
a-
see.
or
Wait, but yet then I see Mahrez on the bench sometimes. He's too good to be on the bench, Mo.
do you
I
know?
sometimes see
So let you know,
Declan
just
on the bench.
before you continue, Mahrez played 30 games last year. 30.
Exactly, but that's what I'm gonna say. He's gonna get
30
rotated.
games.
He's gonna get
Exactly.
rotated, Mo. That's the whole point I've been trying to tell you. Is rotation, and you just don't want to hear it because you think they're gonna start together because you think he's too good to not be starting at
That's
Manchester
my.
United. Exactly,
At the
bro.
moment, you have Ericsson starting. So I'm like
So
thinking,
according to you, Man United's starting lineup next year is gonna be
no, not. I think
Mount on the
it's
left.
home.
Bruno on the
Home
right.
is gonna be different than away. Home is gonna be different than away.
Yeah, maybe,
That's what I think.
maybe. It just depends who it is.
Unless your players play completely different and you start to be
And he
in
might be.
fantastic away from home.
He might come off the
Anyway,
bench to solidify that 1-0 win. Maybe.
maybe as well. Be like given 30 minutes or something like this every game. Nigel Tafazzoa. He will take Fred's role sometimes. Casemiro's.
Fred played
Yeah,
really
but
high.
Fred
Bro.
did.
Played high.
Yeah,
He played
which
really
is
high
very
up
strange.
sometimes. So I don't know about that. I think Mount takes that Fred kind of role. That's the whole point of Mount being there because he offers a little bit more in an attacking output and all that kind of stuff. And I can't lie, Fred's first touches gives me a heart attack. I think Fred ball out.
I think Fred's gonna
Anyways,
get sold.
I don't want to talk about Man. Anyways, no point talking about nothing else really to go off of. If I'm being honest.
There is a Arsenal links to Chomeni, but I gotta go pack because I'm about to go.
Yeah. We got everyone. Make sure you smash the like. Go wash your hands because they stink.